power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
The Exorcist raises a lot of personal and political questions about family values, science versus religion, and the crises of faith we experience when life seems inexplicably cruel. And the ending of the movie actually comes down with firm answers to these questions. It argues that science is no substitute for God.
So what's wrong with her?
We still think the temporal lobe.
My daughter isn't depressed.
Families suffer without strong father figures.
Father and the separation.
And faith is what heals us.
The sign of faith and sleeps the sleep of peace.
When we're watching, we probably first notice the Exorcist's shocking language and explicit sexuality.
Fuck me! Fuck me!
But the movie is actually using this vulgarity as evidence of evil.
You're gonna die up there.
Christianity saves these characters, inspiring them either to return to their faith or to accept it for the first time.
Did you put this in Reagan's bedroom?
Not me. I didn't.
If you ask me to put in one sentence what is this film about, that's what it's about. The mystery of faith. And faith that is tested in a confrontation between forces of good and evil.
The Exorcist came out in 1973, at a time when the second wave feminist movement and the sexual revolution were ongoing, and people were questioning if religion was antiquated or irrelevant to their lives.
It's more than psychiatry, and you know that, Tom. Some of their problems come down to faith, their vocation, the meaning of their lives, and I can't cut it anymore.
But the film's thesis is that nothing replaces the need for faith.
Is there someone inside you?
Sometimes.
The movie isn't a condemnation of atheists or single moms, really, but it is an affirmation of religion and the moral code it provides.
Well, then let's introduce ourselves. I'm Damien Carroll.
And I'm the devil.
The winner is William Peter Blatty for The Exorcist.
William Peter Blatty, who wrote the novel The Exorcist is based on, has described his story as, quote, an argument for God and an apostolic work to help people in their faith.
You would want to do the exorcism yourself?
Yes.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
Near the end of the film, Father Marin and Father Karras perform an exorcism on Reagan, a 12-year-old girl possessed by a demon. The exorcism sequence calls back to the prologue, showing Father Marin on an archaeological dig in Iraq. He unearths a figure of Pazatsu, a demonic god from Assyrian and Babylonian mythology. By finding this figure, Marin either wakes up the dormant demon or realizes that the demon will soon be active somewhere in the world. When the same statue he saw in Iraq appears in Reagan's bedroom during the exorcism, we know that the demon possessing the girl is the spirit of Pazatsu, and Marin has successfully confronted it. But after Marin dies, Karras gives into the temptation to physically beat the demon out of Reagan. Then suddenly changes his mind. He commands the demon to leave her and enter him instead. When it obeys, Karras jumps out the window to kill the demon by killing himself. So this isn't suicide, but demonicide. The demon does reappear in sequels, but for all intents and purposes, it's dead here.
Kill her. We command you.
God is not here today. Priest.
The last scene of the film shows Reagan and her mother, Chris, talking to another priest,
Honey,
Father
this is
Dyer.
Hi, Father.
Hello.
Chris gives the father Karras' medal, and it's like she's acknowledging that he and Karras are basically two interchangeable manifestations of the same spirit. His insistence that she takes it instead acts as an encouragement for her to embrace religion for the first time.
Power of Christ compels you!